Cassie is in a world of trouble. The worst decision she ever made was not taking that $30 million and getting Ghost. Because the more stories that come out against Cassie, it becomes perfectly clear that Cassie is a predator. Cassie committed multiple crimes, not just violating state or federal statutes, but she violated the people who she was engaging in these free calls with. In our last video, we discussed how one of the men who engaged in three-ways with Diddy and Cassie, Clayton Howard, we spoke on how he's suing Cassie for violating him, for trafficking him, and committing multiple crimes against him. Well, that man finally sat down for a full tell-all interview, and what he said would actually make you think that Cassie is Diddy, because everything they're accusing Diddy of, Cassie did, and maybe even worse. So one of the first things that I really focused on and really honed on is him describing an interaction with Cassie. He's incapable of really understanding that he was being groomed. He just thinks, oh, she was vibing with me, she likes me, and she was really trying to kick it outside of whatever me and Diddy was doing. But no, this interaction that you're about to see is textbook grooming.
And Diddy, he got mad at you because you was having with Cassie behind his back, right?
No, I never had with her behind his back. She was contacting me behind his back. After a while, the got really good after a while. So, as a woman, as a human being, she wants to connect with the person that's making her feel like this. We had a lot in common. Her birthday's August 26th. My birthday's August 26th. So we're birth Virgos. She's really into astrology. So, us just being people who believe in certain things. Imagine meeting a woman and you having well, and it's great. And then one day you find out you and her are born on the same day. That's something that you're going to be like, wow, is this a coincidence? So I think that's what kind of really strengthened our relationship to the point where she started to want to know more about me. So she would contact me, tell me how great this was, ask me for pictures, just ask me what I was doing during the day. And this actually went on, I want to say, for 6 or 8 months until I saw Diddy and her maybe 6 or 8 months into this. And I walk into the suite and like the first thing he does is he presses me. Walks up to me in my face like, yo, man, why you texting my girl behind my back? So, I kind of back up like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, I went through her phone. It's texting there. Y'all not supposed to be texting. This is something that's a swinging activity for me and her. You shouldn't be trying to get at her behind me. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not. She's texting me, bro. I'm not texting her. And if you got a problem with me texting her, I won't answer no more. So Cassie stepped in. She admitted that she was texting me. She claimed she told him that she was texting me to build up desire for the fantasies for the next time we saw each other. But Diddy wasn't trying to hear that. He said, listen, dude, don't answer my girl if she texts you. You don't text him again. So he basically put us both on notice not to contact each other without him. Now, here's the thing. She actually did keep contacting me after that, but I stopped answering because I believed it was a trap.
After watching this interview, it became perfectly clear this dude was falling for Cassie. How he expressed himself being hurt when he watched her with other dudes. But Cassie had no intentions of ever being with this dude. Cassie didn't have feelings for this dude. Cassie was using what predators do, which is grooming, which is wheeling him in, making him feel comfortable so her request can get more extreme. And Cassie was successful in that. Because what you will see is after Cassie began to try to get close to him, try to bond with him, on one occasion, Cassie committed a crime against him. Cassie stuffed him.
And Cassie would tell you to come at her, right?
Oh yeah, the first time we had unprotected was definitely Cassie. Again, bro, like I'm trying to use the right word to respect your platform, but I was smashing her, bro. I was putting that twerking. Yeah, like it's not, it's bad to say, but it's kind of obvious. She's a beautiful woman. A heterosexual man, it takes no effort to do what you got to do with that woman. So I would go in there, bro, and I'm making love to her like it's the last day on earth, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going in on her. the first time we had unprotected actually is the first time she drugged me with ecstasy. We probably had been seeing each other for maybe, I want to say, 2 years. So basically, Cassie tells me that if I take this a little bit of this substance with her, this is going to be amazing. It's going to go from like 1 to a 10. And looking at her, how beautiful she was, how the great intercourse we were already having, it was enticing to see, like, wait a minute, it can get better than this? Really? I'm curious. So I don't like to take pills. I told her, like, all right, how am I supposed to take this? She says, hold on, I'll crush it up for you and I'll put like a half or a quarter of it in the drink. So she gives me this drink. I drink the drink and she did not lie, bro. Within like 30 minutes, my entire body was alive. Like I could feel every nerve ending. Me and this girl ended up having for like 3 days when she gave me this time. During the course of this, I believe it was sometime during the night, we were involved in the encounter. So, I'm stroking her. It's hot. She's into it. She pushes my abdomen up, reaches, rolls off the condom, and pulls me in her real quick, bro. Like, you date women. I'm pretty sure you've been in a situation where shorty hit you with the wham-wham real quick before you knew it, you in her. You don't know what the hell is going on, but it's so good, you don't come out because, like, we know how.
That's not okay. Cassie will want you to believe that she was forced to do these things. You think a victim who was forced to do these things is texting this dude behind his Diddy back, trying to get close to him? You think a victim who was forced to do this and it wasn't consensual, you think the move she did was some karate stuff. Like, it's like, oh, ha, 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 ha. You only know how to do that if you've done it before. It was just so quick. It was, again, the abdomen, like, it was like, whoa. Kung Fu Freak. But that's not cool. That's stealthing. Stealthing don't only apply to women, it also applies to men too. The definition of stealthing is the practice of removing one's condom during intercourse without the knowledge and consent of one's partner. Is frequently regarded as essay or grape and punishable by law. Once you bring stealthing into question, whatever interaction y'all just had is no longer consensual. Cassie doing that one little move and then bringing him in closer once it's off before he even realized what's going on, that's not legal. And I don't care, just like they love to say, even if he enjoyed it, even if he at the moment didn't really offer too much resistance to it, it's still illegal. That right there is textbook rape and it's textbook trafficking. That's not the only time, though, Cassie engaged in non-consensual sexual acts. This time around, he's about to tell a story where Cassie tricked him into engaging in intercourse with her when she was on her cycle. But it's not the fact that he engaged with her when she was on her cycle, but it's the deception and the degree that Cassie went to trick this dude into engaging in acts that she knew that he wouldn't have engaged in if he would have knew beforehand.
She calls me for one encounter. I can't remember the exact year right now, but I remember it was cold. And it was my anniversary with the girlfriend I was dating at the time. So, I was like unavailable for the weekend. So Cassie happens to call me this weekend. She's like, yo, are you available? Come to LA. I'm like, baby, I can't. It's my anniversary with my real girlfriend, This is my real life. I got to stay here. She flips on me. What the hell are you talking about? We made a deal a couple of years ago that you were exclusively for me. This is monogamous. You're supposed to be available when I call you. She's pissed. So I'm confused, bro, because you got a whole man.
Just a quick side note before we even get back to the video, I apologize. This didn't come up in court. That Cassie was telling these dudes they were a part of her roster. They were monogamous to her. This is insane. Can you imagine being able to literally pick the most well-endowed men around you, right? Engage in intercourse that you thoroughly enjoy. that you came from. You got to enjoy yourself. You got to enjoy all the pleasure in the world for a decade, and then you receive $30 million for enjoying yourself. Oh no. Yo, Cassie ran the coldest game I ever seen ran in the justice system, man. But he's about to tell a story where Cassie goes in his jealous fit rage, demand he comes, right, through force, demand he comes to see her tonight or else. So he comes, and then she coerced him into engaging in sexual acts that he did not consent to.
What the hell are you mad at me for going in with my girlfriend that you know about, that I've been dating 4 or 5 years? She doesn't care anything about that. She's cursing at me. She's rude. She's like, yo, basically, if you don't come, we're done. We're done. And I was shocked by that. So she hung up on me. I think, you know what? Let me call Diddy. Tell Diddy what time it is. You know, he's a man. He got a woman. He might respect my situation enough to let me come in the morning and at least let me spend tonight with my chick. I called Diddy up. I explained the situation, and he totally agrees with me. He says, you know, let me talk to him. So he hangs up. He calls me back maybe 5 minutes later. He said, bro, she's not trying to hear that. If you don't get on this plane, she's never going to call you again. Now, the truth is, they paid me so well. They paid my mortgage when I went to see them for like 2-3 months every time I see them. So it made sense for me to go because of the economic reliance I had on what they were doing for me. So I go out there to see her. I get there maybe 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. I remember I got there late. This is the only time I saw them in 8 years. There was no vibe in the room. It was dark. There was comforters over the couch, but I remember the living room drapes were completely drawn, so you couldn't see anything. So she pushes me on the couch. She's kissing me. She's rubbing my chest. She gets my shirt off. She gets me to stand up. She gets my pants off. And at first it felt pretty good. It was like, oh crap, she's taking you. This is what's up. All right, then, you know? But after a couple of seconds, it just started to feel weird because she was too aggressive, and she was never aggressive like this. Diddy controlled the pace. If he thought we was going too fast, if he thought it was too much lust involved, you know, he would be like, slow down. But this time he didn't say anything. So she's continuing to do this. And the faster and faster she's going, the more and more it's feeling uncomfortable. So now I start to tell her, you know, like, hold on, wait, let me see what's going on. She's not trying to hear that. She pins me with her hips around the couch, and she's kissing me. She throws her tongue in my mouth like she's really passionate, and I can taste the alcohol on her tongue. Finally, she kind of like jumps up. She grabs my manhood and she like sits on it quick. You know, she's already wet from what I think. So it goes in. We start having sex, whatever. You know, as a man, when you're inside of a woman, it really doesn't, I can't say it doesn't matter how it feels, but it's a different feeling. It's kind of debilitating. Let's just be honest as men. It's a little debilitating. It's kind of like kryptonite. So I want to get up, but I can't because I'm actually having sex. And it's like, oh my God, wait a minute. I want to get up, but I can't. So she comes quick. Oh my God, she comes. When she comes, I feel her body weaken. So I take her, push her off, roll over, and they had some touch lamps, I remember, to the left of me on the nightstand, and I touched the touch lamp 3 times real quick. Yo, bro, it's blood everywhere. Blood on the sheets, blood on the floor underneath me, darkened blood stains in my lap. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking at her like, yo, what the hell? And she pretends like, oh my God, I didn't know I had my period. It must have just came. But the way she said it and the smirk on her face, I said, yo, she lying. So I got pissed. I'm like, yo, you did that to me on purpose? So normally when they saw me, I'm a gentleman. I'm professional speaking. I talk kind of like a white guy. They saw the black guy come out of me this day. Like, yo, you did that to me? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? So I start spazzing on her. Diddy sees me getting angry, and he stops it. He said, yo, bro, chill out. I said, nah, I ain't chilling out nothing, dude. You crazy? Look what she just did to me. And he said, you know what? Let me talk to her. She drunk, bro. Cause she's basically in my face, like telling me, go F myself. Men have sex with women all the time. Like, what's the big deal? She's discounting the fact that she forced herself on me on her menstrual cycle, which is technically a sexual assault. Diddy goes in the room. They may be in there for 2 or 3 minutes. He comes back out and he looks me directly in the face. He says, yo, bro, listen, I'm sorry. He said she knew she was on her period. She wanted to have sex. We just came back from an event. She's mad drunk. She's mad horny. He said, yo, bro, she should have told you and gave you the option to do that. She was wrong. So I look over at her, and she's just sitting there like this against the wall, like leaning against the wall, but she's not saying anything.
If these stories is true, Cassie may just be the monster that we thought Diddy was. We thought Diddy was literally in the corner, guiding and directing and orchestrating everything. It feels like Cassie is the orchestrator of these things. Cassie was the one who was running game on these dudes, bruh. Diddy was telling her, don't text them. Cassie was texting these dudes behind the scenes, according to him, and she was running game on them. And she was gaming them up. And she was making them comfortable so she could go ahead and ask for certain things. Cassie. Cassie was in control. According to Clayton. Clayton told a story where he thinking that he's the only other dude that Cassie does this with. So he thinking, man, this is like a girl that I can maybe be with, I can save her. He tender. He start developing Captain Save-A. You guys know men like this, bro. He could be the last man in the train. He trying to save it because he feel like, man, this is not really you, man. So he's watching Cassie get bust down by him and Diddy, and he in his heart, man, this not really you, man. You's a good girl, man. We share the same birthday. So he realized, though, Cassie a demon. When he was invited over by Cassie and Diddy to come over for a freak off, and when he walks in, he sees Cassie being double teamed by Diddy and someone else. And he's watching Cassie, this wholesome good girl he thought she was. He's watching her become a freaking demon, like literally in control of two of them things doing her thing. And it's that moment he realized, yeah, okay. This ain't someone I can fall in love with, man. I gotta stop being tender and get my paper.
Daniel Phillips, he had an orgy with Diddy and Cassie, and they called it a sexathon?
Yes, Diddy and Cassie themselves referred it to a sexathon, but they called me. Daniel Phillip was already there. Cassie actually calls me, and she's like, yo, do you mind watching me with another guy? And I did, because I had never been involved with her and someone else. I kind of really thought it was a monogamous situation. Diddy was not well endowed, and she just needed somebody to fill her and satisfy her. So I really believed at this time that was my role, that I was only being called in because this rich and powerful guy could not satisfy his woman. It wasn't until I got in this freak off that I saw her like in front of Daniel Phillip and Diddy with like, two penises in her face, that I was realizing like, wow, this chick is not what you think. It was actually a little hurtful, I'll be honest. It was a little heartbreaking to walk in there and see her with penises in her face and to be completely engaged in it, like she loves it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did look at her different.
Bro was tender, man. That's when he realized, Cassie's running game, bro. Cassie's texting all these dudes individually, making them feel like they're a part of her roster, according to him. Not my words, because I know that Cassie loves to sue. This dude words, and if he's telling the truth, then that would mean that Cassie is texting these multiple dudes, making them feel like, yo, I got this thing with Diddy, but, I feel something for you. Running game, grooming all these men so they could be a part of her roster. And then a decade later, she sues for $30 million and she gets rewarded $30 million for enjoying herself. This is only in 2025, man. Only in America, homie. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all feel like Cassie is still the victim, or the stories like this prove to you guys, man, like that Cassie was a participator and, dare I say, co-conspirator? Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, all right? And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out how Charleston White just gave 4 extra the game on how to destroy No Jumper. Click on this video right here to find out what that game is. I'm going to see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.
वो एक बाहुबली में एक डायलॉग है ना, वो डायलॉग बहुत लोग बोलता है कि तुमने डब किया है, क्योंकि मेरा भाई ही ऐसा है। अच्छा, वो डायलॉग है कि तुम्हारे सिवा मुझे मारने वाला कोई पैदा नहीं हुआ मामा। बस यही था, और क्या चाहिए भौंसली।
ज्यादा लड़का संबंध नहीं बनाओ, ज्यादा पीछा नहीं करो, लौट सकते। हाँ, बाद में ये रामेश लड़ी बस 26 तारीख को दे दो
और हंसते का है